The next thing that needs to be done is to add the reference lines for the pocket placement on the two front patterns. And what I'm going to do is to go ahead and copy the front patterns and the back patterns. CO is copy. And drag them down here. You want to always select copies or make copies so that you don't mess up your originals. Next thing I'm going to do is to align the side front to the front. I'm using the scroll wheel on my mouse to zoom in and zoom out. All right, I'm aligning to this marker. I'm going to ungroup the pocket bag. This, if I select this line, it's 3/8 of an inch. I like my welts to be 1 inch. So what I'm going to do here is delete that bottom line and offset the top line by 1 inch. And then I can intersect the sides. I'm going to put a midpoint on all of these lines. And then I'm going to draw my cut lines in the center of the welt. Right click, snap to be those points. And then I like a 1/2 inch triangle, so I'm going to locate a point 1/2 inch from each edge. And draw my angled lines. Snap, 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 snap. I'm going to go ahead and intersect this center line to here. And I'm going to place drill holes. I need little circles at each corner. .0625 vertically place. Place. Cannot hit the space bar to repeat on the place symbol. You have to keep hitting the place button. Place. And place. All right. So there's that, and I'm going to group it. Control G for your group icon. And then I'm going to copy that over to where the welt pocket is going to be sewn. And then I can go ahead and group that again, just so I don't lose anything. So the next thing, what I need to do is to place this in the center between here and here. So let's draw a line between the center front, holding the control key to draw a straight line, and the side seam. Let's do a midpoint. Select this. Align the midpoints. And then drag it down maybe 1 inch, 1/2 inch, or 1 inch. If I come in to measure distance here and go from this corner up to the waistline, it's about 3/4 of an inch. So that'll be fine. So now I've got this pocket placement aligned. I'm going to come back in here and ungroup it and break it at this princess seam. So I need to go into my scissor tool. I'm going to click once on the line that's to be broken, snap to point where break is to begin. I'm just going to click once, click or snap where the break's to end. Space bar to repeat. Click once on the line to be broken. Click or snap to where the break is to begin, right here. Click or snap to where the break should end. Space bar. Select the line. Click or snap where break is to begin. Click or snap where break is to end. I drag around this to select all of that, and then I'm going to select my front pattern and scoot it out of the way. I'm going to go ahead and intersect here to here, here to here, here to here, and then I'm going to measure this, and this is 5 inches, and all of this, there's an issue that I need to move this over to meet this princess seam allowance. So then if I select these two, it's 5 inches. So that's the pocket placement. What I can do is to go ahead and finish them out. Ungroup it. Select all of these lines. And I do want to select these 2 lines of the pocket because those are stitching lines. And then I'm going to change to stitching lines. Then I'm going to come in here and offset my 5/8 inch seam allowance. I'll double click outside the line I want offset, hit the space bar, double click, hit the space bar, double click, hit the space bar, and then continue on. Now I want a 2-inch hem, so I'm coming down here and just using my keyboard and typing 2 inches in. And then we're going to intersect. Let's start up here. This intersects to here, this to this, this to this. I'm going to draw a line here to here. And then first I'm going to intersect the straight line to the arc, and then the arc to the straight line. Draw another line here. Intersect this indentation at the bust point. And intersect here to the hemline. Now, one thing I do want to do is to come over here and overlay my pocket bag. and see how far down it goes. So if I turn this up here, let's just do a quick offset of 2 inches. Here's the hem turn up. So the turn up will actually cover part of the pocket bag. So what I think I'm going to do is ungroup the pocket bag and move this line up above where the hem line will turn up, and then intersect the sides to that. Select all of the pocket bag. Hold the Control key and move it over, and then group. We're going to ungroup the side front and do the same changing to indicate our stitching line and offset for our seam allowance. Change, dashed stitching line. Now offset our 5/8 inch seam allowance. It's easier to use the mouse scroll wheel to zoom and unzoom. I'm just double clicking outside of the line. There's a little line down here. And now a 2 inch seam allowance. A 2 inch hem. Intersect. Just keep on hitting the space bar to repeat your command. A line here. And I can do lines here. This needs to be intersected. All right, so green line symbol is marked. I need a green line symbol on this, so let's just copy this one over to here. So both of those are done. Let's drag around it, click above and outside of the pattern, hold your left click, and then just drag down. This was the pocket bag text. So click and hold with your left, drag around it, and group. Click and hold, drag around, and group. So that's the front pattern done, and the pocket, welt pocket alignment inserted. What's going to happen is when you sew this princess seam, you're going to stop and backstitch at the right above the pocket alignment and then start again below it and backstitch. That'll secure this seam so that when you cut into it, it won't fall apart.